set this off. You spilled brandy on my table.
I did not. I haven't.
What's that liquid?
It wasn't fucking me. Brandy glass is dry. Brandy glass is wet underneath. I have slid it from there to there like that.
It's funny how there's nothing under mine.
Well, I'm guessing.
This house has just been cleaned at a great expense to me. Let's go. What is up, YouTube? It's James from Robin Henry Watches. We're going to get straight into a bit of an odd timed video, but it's something that we've been thinking on for a long time of doing.
You've been thinking on it for about 10 years.
I've been for 10 years. We've done absolutely no prep because we're that professional in the way we do videos. Because we did have an episode which had been scoped out, but yeah, it's not good enough. It's not good enough. So we're going to get into this one, which is quite funny because of where the market is now, where it's been, where it's at now. So what I'm going to talk about is the top 5 biggest losses that I've taken on watches.
Flippers think they've got it hard now.
Are we going to do it just Rolex, or are we going to do it all watches?
What hurts you the most?
There's a lot.
What's getting you in the feels right now when you think of all those pound signs flying out of your pocket?
Let's get into some Rolexes.
Let's start with Rolex and then we'll see.
So let me set the scene. The year is about 2015. It's Christmas Eve.
Oh no, not that one.
Yeah. So I had to run into town to run, I don't know what the hell errand I was running on Christmas Eve. It was a bad
Clearly somebody
I remember
about.
because someone gave me a lift into town, because I was like, I ain't driving in that and I'm not parking. You know, I have an aversion to driving, let alone parking. It's just, it's beneath me.
That's why you went shopping.
Yeah, I know. So anyway, I'm going past the Rolex boutique, Mappin and Webb. What's in the window? The Hulk. The Submariner.
Can't see how much I'm shaking my head.
The Submariner, the green dial, the green bezel. I put my head in, I was like, the manager at the time was a woman called Stephanie. And she'd been upset with me in the past about something before, which was not my fault. But anyway.
Should we get into that?
We'll get into that one afterwards, actually. I'll talk about that one.
Okay.
So I didn't make any money, but I didn't lose any money. But I did in a roundabout way. But anyway, so I was like, yo, what's up? What is this doing in the window? This was back when you saw a watch in the window, you could buy it.
And not just Datejusts.
Oh yeah, they had everything. Everything. Apart from Daytonas. They've never been in the windows. So anyway, yeah, there's a Hulk sitting there because, you know, people aren't buying them to flip or invest. You know, it's close to Christmas, people aren't spending money. So I buy the Hulk. We had a good time. I spent Christmas and New Year with her.
The Hulk, not Stephanie.
Yes, very clear on that. And yeah, it was all right. And then it was like, the thing was, back then, I was an absolute hoe when it came to watches. I just wanted everything, but obviously I couldn't afford everything. So to buy a watch, I was like, I need the next one. So certain. I think I paid about £5,000 for that watch.
Sounds
thereabouts, 5.5 maybe.
Didn't you get a discount on this one?
No discount. And then when I sold it, I thought I did well. I lost about £300. Now I know that's not a big loss, and in watch, so to me, I actually thought I did well at the time. It sold straight away.
What are they trading at now, James?
I don't know. Probably north of 20 by now. I genuinely don't know because I don't keep an eye on the Hulk. It's not something that really interests me. Yeah.
Ouch.
Ouch, indeed. So, yeah. Well, I think it's just interesting because you used to be able to pick those things up so easily. You know, now it's like this big deal, and it's like, yeah, I want that one.
You're literally hulking out over it. So, what got you in trouble with Stephanie? Where the hell do you think you're going to get back?
Do you know why? Because I want to go back through some of my... I have certain
back to work.
Watch albums that have got thousands of pictures, and it reminds me on some of the watches that I sold.
Is this one titled Dead to Me folder?
No. So yeah, the one that got me in trouble, completely innocent, and I didn't even realise this was going on. So this must have been... It was 2015, I know, because the watch which I bought with that one was for Ariana, but I ended up selling that anyway.
Was that the open card?
What, the Datejust?
Yeah.
That one did have an open card, yes.
Yeah, you bastard.
And I filled it out. Anyway, she'll get over it. We bought a house, so she'll get that.
Oh, fair enough.
Anyway, so yeah, I bought the James Cameron edition,  I don't know what I was thinking that it would work on my wrist. because obviously it didn't. It was like, actually, I didn't do a wrist check today. I'm wearing a Longines Hydro Conquest that I've had since 2014. Check me out, that's a long time. Anyway, this is 42mm, and I feel that it's too big for me these days.
It's on the edge. Yeah, it's weird seeing you wear something big.
I'd never buy something this size now. No way. But obviously Illinois bought it for me when we got married. Anyway, so I'm rocking my Deepsea, James Cameron. I had a few people that offered to buy it off me, and I was like, nah, you're right. Not about that life. Then I was there's only 2 watch shops, should we say, in Guernsey. I happen to
Not
be
using the word boutique.
It's not boutique. You couldn't call that a boutique. Listen, I'm not pissing. It's not a boutique. It's a jeweller's, right?
Yeah, that's fair.
It's an old, family style jewels. Anyway, I'm in there, just chilling, and one of the guys in there was like, "I got somebody who wants that." I was like, "Nah, I'm alright." And they're like, "Well, we'll give you what you paid for it." So I was like, "Yeah, I guess it's too big. What you got?" So I ended up doing a trade. I bought a unworn, pre-owned, unworn Rolex Datejust, which was about $5.5-6 at the time, a 2-tone one, and the rest was on a credit. I literally didn't benefit. Like, it was like, I got my money back, but I wasn't really that fussed. It just wasn't for me, because that's how I was then. Anyway, so I bought the chocolate Datejust, fine. And then they put it up on their Facebook page, and that's when I got the call. You're in trouble. I was like, what? What did I do? This is what I think. I was like,
where's your Deepsea, James?
I was like, I don't get your beef. It's not like I flipped it unworn. It's like I was literally wearing it every day, and I thought, oh, too big. But this was, you have to remember, this was 7 years ago.
Yeah.
I got a slap on the wrist and told that I was naughty. We moved past it until the next time.
Life goes on.
But yeah, I mean, that one didn't hurt letting it go, because it wasn't for me.
No.
And did I lose money at roundabouts? Because I don't know what I spent the credit on, but I probably bought some Amiga crap, which would have lost me money. So yeah.
But you're not buying Amiga crap anymore, are you?
No, I'm not.
What have you got? What wares have you got with you today? I
Actually,
want to see your non-crap Amiga.
well, this is a good value one. Nice little segue into it there. So we have a 2022 unworn, on the back stickered Seamaster 300M. It's 42mm. This is the grey dial version with the blue bezel. Blue rubber, which I've talked about at length before, that I prefer the rubber strap on this watch because it balances and wears better than the overly fussy Seamaster bracelet. More importantly though, is the price it's new and unworn, £3,600. It's cheap as chips. Perfect summer watch.
If I had that cash right now, that would be gone.
Dial, the more you look
nuts.
at it, it's like this ceramic engraved, and then like even the loom plots
It's
are
got
like,
a texture,
they're
hasn't
like,
it?
yeah, the loom plots are like little skyscrapers on there. Really cool watching for the money. It's in the web shop, so. Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no.
So.
That's a loss if I ever saw one.
Do you even see what I looked at?
Oh yes.
How on earth would you say that's a loss if I ever saw one?
Because that, coupled with your reaction, that's a fairly high ticket, coupled with a sad
so
reaction.
This is a modern Rolex Daytona. And even though it's a modern one, people would still refer to it as a Paul Newman. Now, I've seen the prices of these lately, and I want to say, and I could be wrong because I haven't looked at Chrono any time recently or anything else, but I believe they're well north of 30, 35. I think I saw one at 37.
Yeah.
Well, I bought mine for about 18. What year was this?
18?
February 2018. I think I bought that one from Watchfinder. I could be wrong.
Watchfinder.com.
Yeah, I thought, well, that's a good price. It's an all gold Daytona. It's got that Paul Newman, reverse kind of panda dial going on. It was cool. Properly, I wore it around and really scratched it up and thought, oh, it was cool as hell.
Be cooler today.
Yeah, it'd be a lot cooler today. I think I lost about £1,500, £2,000 on that. Ow.
What did you sell it for? Was it worth it?
what did I buy with it? No idea. Oh, I think I do actually. I think I bought an AP.
Royal Oak.
Yeah, the 42mm one, and it broke within 24 hours. So
What?
Yeah, it broke. Every AP I've ever bought, and this is not a diss on AP, has broken.
Shit.
And I hear that from a lot of people. The chronograph movement is very delicate.
Yeah.
The only one I bought, this is a very me style watch. I bought when I first bought this house. Actually, I remember.
You're going to use the word offshore, aren't you?
No, it wasn't.
Oh.
It was the standard Royal Oak, but it was the quote unquote ladies version, which was 33mm quartz. That didn't break.
Oh God.
You say that was cheap?
Well,
as
it's
shit.
because it's got a quartz movement. That's why.
11 grand for a steel quartz watch. Yeah, but I don't know where those are at price wise, but I bet you they're more than that now and hard to get.
That's nuts. For a quartz watch, that's depressing.
Well, I bought it for the design,
Yeah.
and I like the size of 33mm.
I could see you going back to something like that.
Yeah, I probably could do. I bought it literally not long after we bought this house. I remember because Illinois dropped it off to me, and she was. I'm going to paraphrase here, but it's along the lines of, "You've just bought another fucking watch. We've just bought a house. We've got shit to do. Stop spending money on this shit." And I was like.
They gave it to me!
Like, what are you going to do? I couldn't help it. Anyway.
I didn't pay you anything.
I lost money on that. Oh.
Really?
Yeah, I lost a couple of grand on that.
Oof.
Yeah.
It just sounds like you keep losing here.
I did, for 10 years.
What would you estimate your net loss to be in 10 years?
Oh, I wouldn't even want to go there.
You just want to put it on record because of the house you're sitting in.
I don't know. I mean, I lost a few grand every year. But you know, if you treat watch collecting as a hobby, right? Hobbies cost money.
Oh yeah,
if
exactly.
I don't play golf, but if you play golf, that's expensive. You've got to buy these expensive golf clubs. You've got to pay membership fees. You buy all these stupid clothes they put on. Any other normal hobby, or let's say if you were horse riding or shooting, or I don't know what.
At least there's a chance that you could possibly win something out of it.
Well, these days, yeah. I mean. This is the way I always thought about it. It's like, obviously, like, I don't have a nice car. Well, it is. It's a classic vintage car.
Sorry, classic bit I like.
But most people wouldn't consider my car good because it's an £800 banger.
How well does it work?
Let me just connect. Yeah, I know, the throttle cable snapped. Anyway.
Did you get bullied?
What do you mean, did I get bullied?
Did you get heckled?
I got heckled, but trust me, he got some heckling back. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make here is that for me, you can wear a watch all day and you enjoy it. Whereas with a car, I like cars, but it's like, it's over there and I don't like driving. Anyway, I'm off topic. But anyway, hobbies, they cost money. But I think the main thing is now, is the expectation is that you should be making money.
Yeah.
Like, no, it's a hobby. If you're not buying Rolex AP or Patek, I know there is some seepages out there into other into fashion on certain models, but it's not major. You're going to lose money. Yeah. Here's another one, but more recent. The red Oyster Perpetual. So when this first came out, yeah, they were a little hot. So I bought it in a 36mm because that's my size. I didn't buy
hot.
Ooh, red hot. I didn't buy from an AD. Obviously, by this point, I'm already toast. So I bought it from a dealer out of, I want to say Germany, or it could have been the UK. I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
It was not here.
I paid I think I paid 6,900 for it.
Which isn't terrible.
No, it's not. That's what I thought. It was a couple of grand over retail. You have to remember at the time, locally, that watch was about 3.5 grand. So actually, I was paying close to double. So you think about it in that metric as like, well.
Ouch.
Anyway.
But that's normal now.
Time goes by, Jimmy wants a new watch, flip that one. And
what caught your eye though and made you cheat?
I've had hundreds of watches.
That's half of the importance.
I can't recall. Probably something stupid.
But the OP doesn't see it that way.
No. Well, listen, it was a bad decision.
The cheating victim never does see it that way.
I sold that watch, I think, around £500 to £700 cheaper than what I paid. And that was in the market, which was nowhere near as hot as we are now. I think it was, if it wasn't 2019, it was 2020. It was just starting to warm up. But even still, I still took a loss on it to shift it. I mean, I didn't have it that long, so obviously, like, even now in this market, if you buy a Submariner off a dealer one day and want to sell it a week later, you're going to lose money because obviously they've got to make margin on it.
Exactly.
But it's just, you know, even that was, I mean, yeah, it's discontinued the red dial now, isn't it?
I think so.
I like the red dial. I think actually out of all of those cups, the Tiffany blue I don't even want to get on.
The not Tiffany blue.
Exactly. The yellow's kind of out there, but I think for me the red dial's still good.
Yellow's a difficult colour. Yeah, I looks
36
far too
or
happy with its
41.
mustard.
Obviously for me the 36 size is great. I'll do 2 more.
Yeah, give me more. I want more. I want more pain. I want something that really hurt.
Let me see. Oh yeah, okay, this one. So many years ago.
What nearly made you quit?
This nearly made me quit. Which one do I want to use? Because I got 2. Yeah, I'll go with. Okay, so this must have been around 2016, maybe it was 17. One of the local jewelers who I spent an absolute fortune with, as we all know, until I got kicked down. They just had taken on Hublot. So I bought off them a Big Bang 41, which is about 6,000, 6.5, 6.9, something like that at the time. It wasn't that one. When I moved that one on, it was a little stingy, but nothing too bad. I had this great idea. I was like, do you know what I want? I want the full calendar skeleton dial fusion. They ordered it in for me. Paid my money. I think it was about 12 grand at the time. So this is the, I think it's a titanium case, but it's a full skeleton dial. It's got like the moon phase, the day, month, date, all of that jazz. It's kind of a cool watch.
Yeah. There's a lot going on, but...
Did I take a bath? I mean, I'm not sure if there's enough fingers on my hand to count 1 grand, 2,000, 3,000. I don't know. It was painful.
You're not.
It was a few grand.
Oof.
Yeah.
That's
I couldn't give the thing away. No one wanted it.
Still buy Hublot? I'd have to like repress that. That would be like PTSD levels of...
They make cool watches. The problem is, if you're going to buy a Hublot, you got to do one of 2 things. Buy at the right price, which is do not pay retail or anywhere close to it.
Well, you better love it.
Or point 2, you love that watch and you're going to keep it forever.
You get it surgically attached to yourself.
Because yeah, they're expensive as fuck. They're actually, here's the thing as well now, they're actually very hard to get discounted. We put one in the shop a week or so back. It sold straight away, but the guy never paid up.
Which is not cool, by the way.
It's not cool. It's gone again. But that, God, I'm like exploding here. That was at the right price. That was thousands off list. Yeah, that was like 4 grand off list price. That's where you buy it, because that's at that price you can buy it, wear it.
You are definitely getting your money back,
and you'll get your money back, or very close. You know, there's no guarantees in this, and you got to find a buyer, but it's as close as you're going to get. Yeah. So this expectation everyone has, you buy it, it's going to be worth X amount more. I kicked my friend Rob. We've done a few watches for him. He's bought Tudor GMT, Tudor Pelagos. He's bought the Rolex Datejust green dial. Anyway, one of the watches he was looking at off us was last year. We did 2 of them in the end. Was the Starbucks. Now that was at 14 grand.
Yeah.
And I said to him the other day. I mean, it was the other month. We're out for dinner, and I was like to him, mate, just that watch like went over 20 grand, and he was like, what? I was like, dude, I said to buy it. I was like, you could have had it at 14 grand, and I mean, it might have softened a bit. I'm guessing. Again,
it's probably
it's one of those that I don't follow the prices on them religiously, but I did see it go way over 20, and I was like,
well, yeah, it would just be soul destroying to follow it now. There's no point.
They don't interest me anyway. It's like, let's be honest. At 20 grand, it's not worth it. Nowhere close. Even at 14 grand,
that's pricey.
Is it worth it? Not for the sum of its parts, of course not, but just about. I was on the line with buying it because I was like, I see the value in these, you know, that there's a high demand.
It might go to 20 grand.
That's why I was quite happy to, you know, I sold 2 of them and I discounted both of them. I literally made a couple of £100 on each one because I was just like, I don't want to get stuck with it. And obviously I saw it, you know, the few months go up and I was like, oh. Anyway, the last one.
The worst, the best.
It's not the worst loss at the time, but with what that watch has done, it's the biggest loss.
Biggest net loss.
So, the year is 2014. Ooh. I don't know why I'm introducing all of them, setting a scene.
So, 2014, what were you doing in 2014? What was your highlight?
I got married.
Oh, okay.
In 2014.
Small event.
Small event, got married abroad. All of that jazz.
I left school, that's depressing.
Yeah, I know. For me, I was already over 30 then. Anyway.
Ouch.
So, this was when I just started getting into Rolex. Because when I first started collecting, I didn't touch Rolex.
Rolex.
I don't know, I wasn't interested in it. I was like, nah, everyone's got one. It was cheap as chips. At that time, you genuinely, you could buy Submariners at £3 and struggle to sell them. Anyway, so I just started getting into Rolex, and then I was like...
Sorry, did you just say £3?
Yeah, all day long. I struggled to sell them like pre-owned. Like if I had one, because I had quite a few of them, like the 14060 was quite a popular one at that time. You couldn't sell it for £3. It was
that time machine.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, so I wanted the Daytona. I found one that was pre-owned but unworn with a dealer in London. Talked about this in the last video, Watch Centre.
Oh, yeah.
It was. I think it was like 7,900, something like that. And it was at about the UK retail price then. So obviously I'm thinking Guernsey price is 20% off. I was just like, so for me, it was like overpaying 20%. But I was like, it's unworn. It's cool. It was a black dial, steel, you know, steel bezel. Bought it. I had it for a few years, that one. I think I sold it in about 2017. I made a mistake because I wore that watch when I got married. And I was like, I'm going to keep it. And then, I know, something I was like...
I can't believe you did that.
All right. I know Illinois gives me a hard time over it. Anyway, so in my wisdom, I sold it to this guy that I knew, loosely. And I said, listen, we did a deal and I sold it for about 7,200. So I lost money on it, which is like, at the time I was like, oh, I'm doing all right. Got most of my money back. I've had it for a few years. Fine. And I said to him, listen, I'll sell it to you, but I get first refusal if you sell it. He's like, yeah, cool. I was like, I said, I'll probably come back to you, but if you want to send it back to me, I'll pay whatever the market rate is at that time, so you don't lose money. And I was in 2 months, but this is my thing, because I was just buying and selling so much, just not trading. It was literally just it was a hobby, you know. And I think if I'd had more money, I could have kept hold of things rather than that. But that's just the way I was. Yeah. Anyway, so I called the guy up probably 6 months later. I'm like, dude, do you want to sell it? He's like, nah, I'm enjoying it. I was like, all right, I'll call you again. About 6 months goes by, reach out to him again. I emailed him actually, just to like not bother him. And he's like, no, I sold it. I was like, you what? I was like, I know I sold it to you and it's your property, but we had an agreement. I was like, right, who did you sell it to so I can contact them? Oh, I sold it while I was on holiday in Spain. I was like, you bellend. It's my fault, obviously, you know, but the fact is, obviously,
a man shake is a man shake.
Exactly. £7,000. Where's that watch now? 25, 30,
I wouldn't
35?
even want to put a number on it.
It's the black dial, and everyone knows the white dial is more popular, certainly on the new ones. I think on the old ones there's not much in it, but the model, the year, it was about a 2007 model. Like I said, it was unworn when I had it, but that's the one that stung me because one of the value of where it is now, and also the sentiment. I mean, I don't get too sentimental over anyway. If it's watches that I've been given, you know, whether it be from my grandfather or from my friend, yeah, those are sentimental. even I would not sell those. You know, I've got a JLC there from my great grandfather. It's worth a few grand. I'm going to sell it. Like, I'm at a different point in my life now where I don't need money, and you know, there's things are worth more to it. But anyway, you know, it's not like it's got major sentimental value. If anything, when we were out there in Madeira 2014, got married, Illinois bought me that. So it's like, that's my sentimental connection to that time and that holiday, forcing her to buy it for me. You're welcome. She got off lightly. It was like €1,000.
Forcing anyone to buy a long jeans.
Listen, I like long jeans.
Nowadays.
Long jeans are a cool brand.
I've got time for
and they don't even pay me. Theo and Harris. Anyway.
That's right, they're not worried about that. It's all about Memos right now. Horace.
So yeah, that one stings the most. It's my fault for selling it. I don't care about the money that I lost on it, but
it's the man shake.
It's like, dude, I'm pestering the guy to buy it back. He could have made money off of
exactly.
me.
You think
he could have exploited me and my stupidness, and instead then just to sell it to some guy on holiday.
Did he ever tell you what he sold it for?
No, I wasn't really bothered. I even pushed him for the deal. The same, I can't remember. I was like, I smelled bullshit here, but whatever. I knew I wasn't seeing that again.
I think he got fingered and it was stolen from him.
And then obviously the prices blew up. So I've literally owned every Rolex outside Pearl Masters.
I did it again.
You've got one job: don't kick the camera.
It makes a good outfit.
I've had Yacht Masters, Yacht Master 2s, all the Submariners, GMTs from the Pepsi's, new vintage, yellow gold. I've lost money on all of it.
Who wants a Pearl Master though, really?
No one wants a Pearl Master. Ever. But yeah.
I could get the call tomorrow and I think
Painful. I mean, over the years I've lost a ton of money on Amigas, Zeniths. Like, this is how loyal I was to the jeweler dealer over here, not Mappin Web, the other one. For 10 years, I bought Amigas, Blancpains, Zeniths, Bremonts, Hublots, everything. And everything went at a loss. You know, they thinking you're doing this and making. I was like, dude, no one's making money off that stuff. Unless you've got really good contacts, which I do now, where I can buy that stock new, using wholesale channels. You don't want to pay on all those brands that I just mentioned. You do not ever want to pay retail, because you'll find out when you sell it. One, they're very hard to sell. No, actually, let me correct that. If you're a private individual, they're difficult to sell.
Yeah, exactly.
And well,
again, you need that network.
You're going to lose money. It's just a fact. You know, this thing that Swiss watches are investment. No.
And right now they're a scarily messy investment when they are.
Yeah, exactly. What's going this way, that way? It's if you're in it for that, well, you got to go, balls deep and lots of money into it, and know what you're doing to a certain level. But even then, everything that goes up must come down, and vice versa. And there's so much stuff going on in the world externally affecting it. If you do that, you're either a watch collector or you're not. Obviously, I know that's a little bit coming from me, but because I'm still a watch collector, but obviously I do this as well. But you got to find a balance with things.
Yeah,
certainly.
Look at it this way: it's a safer investment than NFTs.
I don't know about NFTs.
I mean, they've gone through the shit. You think the Rolex market is a crash? All that's just gone.
It's a softening, and I'd love to see stuff come all the way down to retail. People will be able to go. I'd like to be able to.
Yeah, please. Now that I'm actually at a point where I'm buying, that would be nice to see some $3 grand.
I would love. I'm on holiday next week, and I'm going to be abroad. It would be great just to I'm not expecting to go in and buy a Submariner or a Daytona, but if I could just walk in there and buy a Datejust and just be something cool, to remind me of that holiday at a price that's not going to break the bank, 5, 6 grand, 7 grand, whatever. I know it's not throwaway money, but it's I can drop that and not worry about it. But you can't.
No.
Someone messaged me actually, one of the guys I know. He's like, "Oh, can you get literally yesterday, like, can you get a discount on Ladies Datejust? Still not. Maybe things have softened up more, but as of recently, you still couldn't. It wasn't a stupid question. It was a reasonable question to ask, because for years you'd have been getting 25% off.
Exactly. It's depressing for the people like me who've got into this a year or two ago. It's like
I'm really surprised. How do those
store.
people come into it now? Like,
I'm lucky because I'm exposed to channels like this, but
I don't know who would. I mean, many years ago, people would come in through like brands like Tag Heuer and things like that. But now, and I'm generalising here, I'm not going to like lay into them because they do some great watches like the Monaco, but they're just considered, generally the consensus is they're garbage, right? Like, people in their 20s who are making a bit of money, they don't want to buy a Tag Heuer.
Yeah. It's not a fan following, it's a cult following. There's a very big difference, I think.
Tag Heuer, they ain't got a cult following.
Well, no, I mean, like, if...
I think their heyday is well past. They don't know who their customer is right now. Anyway, so there we are. There's some of the pain. There's probably more that I've suppressed.
There is definitely more. I think the word you're looking for is repressed.
If you're one of the people that, has known me for a long time on my watch collecting journey, you'll know the pain of it all. And, like, this business is like, it's going to take me like 20 years to repay the losses.
I think that's why you're secretly angry all the time. It's all this pent up frustration from 10 years of losses.
Yeah, I am angry a lot. Anyway.
How do you feel about Bremont?
Oh, don't. I mean...
Have you ever actually owned Bremont?
Yes.
How much have you lost from that?
Well, they're not that expensive. They're only a couple of grand, but I've always lost money. I mean, even that one recently that I bought, and got it at half price.
I'm still amazed by that one, to be fair.
I offered it at half price and I still couldn't sell it, and I had to sell it less than half price and take a loss on it. What are you going to do?
That's your fault, viewers. Your fault.
No, I was.
Buy what we put in front of you.
I'm never buying another Bremont for any reason ever again, unless they want to give me a free one.
When we hit 1 million subscribers, we'll smash one up, and I'll pay for it.
Okay. I'm going to buy 1 million subscribers tomorrow. Anyway, listen, drop in the comments below like any of your stories. I mean, if you're only recently into watch collecting, you're going to be like, is this guy fucking nuts? What a dumbass. But the market wasn't always like that.
Hey, you were buying Submariners at 3 grand. You can't complain.
Yeah, I'm taking a loss on them, trying to move them most of the time. I know. I remember buying loads of the 14060Ms and things like that. Yeah. Anyway, chuck it below in the comments, your thoughts and any pain that you've had. Let's share the pain and talk about it.
This is a safe place.
It's safe as you're going to get. Like, comment, subscribe, all of that jazz. Check out the web shop, robinhenrywatches.com. Follow us on Instagram, robinhenrywatches. Facebook, I don't give a shit about that. That's it. We out.